Have you ever pondered the sheer power and impact of nuclear weapons? These are not just your average explosives, they're weapons of mass destruction, harnessing the very forces that hold the nucleus of an atom together. The energy unleashed in a nuclear explosion has the potential to cause devastation on an unimaginable scale. Imagine the core building blocks of life, the atoms, being split or merged, releasing energy in such a massive amount that it can annihilate life on a colossal scale. That's what nuclear weapons are capable of. These aren't just weapons. They're instruments of destruction, capable of wiping out entire cities, obliterating ecosystems, and causing long-lasting damage to the environment. They represent one of the most significant threats to life as we know it. Nuclear weapons are indeed powerful, and their impact catastrophic. They have the potential to change the course of history in a blink of an eye. Now you may wonder, what gives these weapons such immense power? The science behind nuclear weapons is fascinating and complex, yet it can be simplified for everyone to understand. Our journey begins with the atom, the fundamental unit of matter. At the heart of an atom, we find the nucleus, a cluster of protons and neutrons. These particles are held together by a powerful force, and it's the manipulation of this force that allows us to release the enormous energy stored within. There are two ways to unlock this energy: nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. Nuclear fission is like cracking open a walnut. A neutron, a particle found in the nucleus of an atom, strikes the nucleus of a radioactive atom, such as uranium or plutonium. This impact splits the nucleus into two smaller fragments, releasing 2 or 3 more neutrons in the process. The energy harnessed from this reaction is enormous, but the process doesn't stop there. These newly freed neutrons go on to strike other uranium or plutonium nuclei. This sets off a chain reaction, with each split releasing more energy and more neutrons, causing other nuclei to split as well. The result? A massive release of energy in a fraction of a second. Now, let's talk about nuclear fusion. This process is more akin to creating a snowball. 2 smaller atoms, usually hydrogen or its isotopes, are brought together under extreme conditions to form a larger atom, typically a helium isotope. This fusion releases an enormous amount of energy. This is the same process that powers our sun and stars in the universe. However, when it comes to weapons of mass destruction such as the atomic bomb, it's nuclear fission that's used. By harnessing the energy released by the splitting of atomic nuclei, an atomic bomb can cause a devastating explosion. Remember that single neutron we talked about earlier? The one that kickstarts the chain reaction? Well, imagine that happening on a colossal scale, with billions upon billions of atoms splitting almost instantaneously. This chain reaction, almost instantaneous, is what gives nuclear weapons their terrifying power. The destructive power of nuclear weapons cannot be overstated. They are not merely weapons of war, but instruments of mass destruction, harnessing the very forces that hold the nucleus of an atom together. The particles of the nucleus, the neutrons and protons, are either split or merged, releasing energy of a magnitude that is difficult to fully comprehend. Consider the atomic bomb, a weapon that operates on the principle of nuclear fission. When a single free neutron strikes the nucleus of an atom of radioactive material, it knocks 2 or 3 more neutrons free. This chain reaction spreads almost instantaneously, releasing an enormous amount of energy. This is the power that was unleashed upon Hiroshima and Nagasaki at the end of the Second World War. The devastation wrought by these 2 bombs is a stark testament to the destructive potential of nuclear weapons. Within moments of detonation, entire cities were reduced to rubble, tens of thousands of lives were extinguished, and those who survived were left to grapple with the aftermath of radiation sickness and a world forever altered. Yet, the impact of nuclear weapons extends far beyond the initial blast. The fallout permeates the environment, the soil, the water, contaminating all life it touches. It is a legacy of destruction that persists for generations, causing birth defects, cancer, and a host of other health problems. This is the reason that campaigns against nuclear weapons are so vital. These are not weapons that can be used without causing catastrophic harm to all life on this planet. They represent a power that, once unleashed, cannot be controlled or contained. They pose a threat not just to the enemy in a war, but to the very survival of humanity itself. The power of nuclear weapons is immense, their impact catastrophic. Their existence raises crucial questions about humanity, power, and the very survival of our planet.